Hey, what's up? It's Louis 2 live from Dance Factory Radio, and you are checking out the Hoppe and FreeMAN show on WNUR.
All right, welcome back to the show, Chicagoland.
Yo, how's it going? This is FreeMAN.
This is Ryan Hoppe over here, and we're live on WNUR. So what's coming up in the news, FreeMAN?
Alrighty. Coming up in the news, meth found in Western Washington University student's home after renters felt dizzy.
Please explain, because when you find drugs in a house, you might become dizzy from the fumes.
Bellingham, Washington. A health official in Northwest Washington state says 3 college students who began to feel dizzy and lethargic, if you don't know what lethargic is, please look it up, while living for several months in a rental house, have been told to move after the home tested positive for methamphetamine.
That's always good when you find out the house that you're paying rent for, not even a house that you own, is testing for methamphetamine. That's always just great to hear.
Indeedy. KOMO TV reports the Whatcom County Health Department Supervisor Jeff, wow, this is a weird name, Hegedus, says the Western Washington University students contacted the department to ask that the Bellingham house be tested. Hegedus said Friday that an initial health department test found meth contamination well above Whatcom County's legal limit. I mean, there's a legal limit for meth in a house. Oh, this is over a 2.6. We're going to have to ban this house, maybe lick the walls.
You had a half a dime of meth, you're fine. Go home, Johnny.
I mean, if it's under a 2.6, we're okay.
You just had a few pieces of dust of the meth.
I mean, I
You're
wonder
good. Go
how
home.
many great ideas they had while they're in the house. Like, wow, I got a really good idea.
Let's do a lemonade stand where it's not lemonade and it's vodka, and we give it to kids.
And, like, I feel so, like, my cat turned into a dragon and talked to me. I'm so confused right now.
And then that dragon, like, does the dishes for us, becomes our maid, and since it's a dragon, we don't have to pay it money, man. We're so high on meth. I love life.
I love meth.
Math is better than math class, bruh.
Hegedus says the house was unfit for occupancy. I bet Hegedus moved in like the next day.
And he's like, oh my God, I love math.
This place is awesome. I lay on the floor in the basement every day.
And just meditate.
I just meditate for hours.
To the scent of methamphetamine.
Yes. I don't know what scent that is, but if it has a strawberry flavor, I'm down. Bellingham is about 90 miles north of Seattle. They just put that at the end just so you know where Bellingham is. Because
Well, I think they did that because Seattle is known a bit as a drug town because of Kurt Cobain and that annoying douchebag Macklemore. So they probably put that at the end. Because
No.
the Huffington Post
Yeah.
is very snarky at times and very biased.
I like
So
your word snarky. It's a good one. Keep going.
where their news is often very biased and sometimes in your face, especially if it's against Republicans. So they probably have a bias against Seattle. So they're trying to mock them. Enough, Huffington. Be better than that. Be a little more in the middle, please.
So JJRB 1990 commented, so who owns a house? I would bring that mayor from Toronto in questioning. Damn, he's fun to watch. The mayor from Toronto has a summer home 90
In
miles
Seattle.
north of Seattle.
He goes to Vancouver and then just drives down to Bellingham, Seattle, or whatever the town is in Washington.
Noodles0904 said, it seems like the only time you can really be assured of knowing what was cooking in the house is if you bought a piece of land and had a house built on it, or you inherit from your drug-free family. So don't buy a house used. By all means, please buy land. In Iowa, land is up to $11,000 an acre.
But there's a lot of meth in Iowa, let's be honest.
Oh, yeah. Even if it's a new house, you're going to find traces of methamphetamine.
And kids, don't do drugs because your brain will end up like a broken egg smashed by a frying pan.
Now, in other news, a story Hoppe loves because he loves semen.
Oh my God, it's the best.
China and Britain have reportedly sealed a trade deal that would export $73.6 million worth of British pig semen in an effort to satisfy growing Chinese demand for high-quality semen. No, it
Now,
says pork.
It
but-
says $73 million dollars worth of pig semen. That's a lot. You can have a lot of facials with that.
That's a great substance for facials, I've heard. It really makes the skin young.
It takes you back 10 years.
Takes you back 10 years.
And of course, we're talking about when you're getting a mud bath, that type of facial.
Although China consumes more swine and has more pigs than any other nation, the country's stock is of poor quality.
Not the best semen.
They don't have the best semen. That's because there's not enough women in the country, so the men, they get drunk, drink some of that sake. Here, piggy. I don't know how to say here, piggy in Chinese. So. Enter British hogs whose semen will help produce a fitter, healthier, more productive breed of the other white meat.
White meat.
The best pigs actually come from Iowa.
Really?
They crossbreed the British pig with some other pig, and they grass feed them, and they're the healthiest pigs in the world.
That's the best part about Iowa. It brings you the best pigs.
Made in Iowa State. Go Cyclones.
Woo!
For the number 4, artificial insemination plants are set to start pumping. I love that they use the word pumping. It gets better. Pumping out massive loads of pig semen next year. The agreement allows for either fresh or frozen semen to be shipped to China depending on demand.
Oh my God.
I mean, I hope it's fresh and frozen, not or frozen, because you'll know, oh, this box is kind of warm, or this box is freezing cold.
And then the taste of it will be like, wow, this is like a day old.
Do they have a semen taste tester? Yeah, this is quality.
You have like a marketing. Now here's 3 different types of semen. Which one you like, and tell us the specific taste of it.
It tastes kind of like Sussex.
And now portions of WNUR's programming may be inappropriate, like that last segment, for younger or more sensitive listeners.
I mean, it's not like we're not talking about semen or anything.
Pig semen and facials. WNUR believes this material to be artistically and culturally significant. Yes, because pig semen is so culturally significant. We will play this and talk about pig semen between the hours of 11:30 p.m. and 6 a.m. when pigs go to bed after a long night of loads.
The two countries are also discussing an agreement in which Britain would export pig's feet to China because they're delicious.
And now, Freeman, this is weird, but what is it with the whole Chinese and sex? They're just so kinky over there. I saw in the Huffington Post on the Weird News page, there's a new show where guys masturbate, and the whole contest is who can ejaculate the fastest. And I'm like,
I love that you said the word masturbate while the pig was in the mid of.
But there's this show, who can masturbate the fastest, and I'm like, what
in
the
China?
hell's wrong with you?
Wow.
Yeah, it was some reality show, who can climax the fastest. I'm like, what
that
the hell's wrong with you?
That really beats New Zealand's skinniest man in the world contest.
And pretty much it's a spin-off of the Kardashians.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. But they try to see who can mouth diarrhea the fastest. I'm Kim Kardashian.
Oh my God, look at my new Google Chrome phone right up to the camera. Oh
For some reason, the British public isn't big on eating pig's feet, which are considered a delicacy around the world.
Honey, I had a long day at work. Please tell me you have mashed potatoes and pig feet for dinner.
I mean, that mashed taters and pig's feet, that's good eating.
Very classy, very elegant.
I mean, for Iowa, that's just a normal thing.
It's just like an average meal.
Oklahoma, that's if you eat pig's feet, that's like Christmas.
You've made it.
Yes.
You will have pig's feet when you get that big promotion. Honey, I got picked up to greeter at Walmart. Time for some pig's feet.
Yeah, because you go from cart boy to bagger to greeter.
And your manager.
It's an honorable profession, damn it. And usually it takes 50 years. That's why all the greeters are 90 years old. It only took me 50 years to get here. I'm now getting paid minimum wage.
Well, have you noticed? Yeah, now you're getting
Yes.
$8.75. Have you noticed that they're not even there anymore? It's like they don't even want to pay the greeters. Whenever you go into Walmart, which is the worst experience ever, let's be honest, you don't even see the greeters. Like they're so cheap, like they weren't willing to have that as a job anymore. They're like, yeah, enough of those creepy old people that just want to be paid attention to
And
for
like,
once.
do they have cart people? Because every time I go to Walmart, there's 1,000 carts, like just in the parking lot alone.
Just scattered.
I worked at a store across the street from a Walmart. Walmart was a ways away, and I swear to God, there's like 50 Walmart carts in our parking lot, and we were not Walmart.
Dude, right by my house, there's a Jewel Osco right by a Walmart, and there's a few Walmart carts in the Jewel Osco parking lot. It's like, how the hell did it get there? Oh, Walmart, the great representation of America to the rest of the world.
Now, Mr. Hoppe,
Yes?
we have an intriguing story about a gentleman that it was a far from perfect crime.
Meow.
Now, he wanted to see a cat. Let me get my soundtrack
And now,
going.
before we play it,
There we go.
I am a cat person. I have 2 cats, Dino and Lily. And don't call me a pussy, literally and figuratively, because I have cats, but my house cannot fit dogs. So I've had these 2 cats for my whole life. So they're like my best friends, damn it. They're there whenever you need them. And when they want to sleep, that's when you have to get to work. They're just the perfect animals, dude. You don't have to walk them. They poop themselves, you know.
I like walking my dog. It makes me exercise.
Yeah, I probably should get a dog then.
Now, here's the story.
Yeah.
Yevgeny Bolshakov, 26, is accused of assaulting his parents because they wouldn't let him see the family cat. KTVU reports Bolshakov, who lives with his parents in Daly City, California, sounds like they are from Russia.
How is this not in Florida, damn it?
I know. Where's all the news in Florida?
There's none.
So he returned from a trip in late November and wanted to see the beloved pet, according to Millbrae Patch. These are just some weird names, man. Californians naming their children Starbreeze and crap like that. All right. Because the cat was recovering from recent surgery, Bolshakov's parents told them the house cat's privacy was paramount. I mean, that's just weird.
What part about it? Explain.
Like, the parents told him the house cat's privacy was like paramount. Like, the cat needs its privacy. It's recovering from surgery. We are afraid you're gonna break its stitches or something.
Our cat specifically said he wants to nap from 1 p.m. to 3:30, and it's 2 o'clock right now. He cannot be seen at his own request.
In response, Bolshakov allegedly did what any totally unreasonable son would do, punching and biting his 64-year-old father so viciously that he ripped off a hunk of flesh.
He probably learned this from his damn cat. I swear to God, if you don't feed them, now I know that they can't feed themselves, so they need you to feed them, but sometimes you get home from a long day at school, it's 3 and 4 in the morning, and you're trying to get as much sleep as possible, and they'll begin nibbling so hard at your feet, and you just like... You don't really kick them, but you're like, God, get off me. I'm trying to sleep. You sleep 18 hours a day. Can I please have a clean 6 hours of sleep? So I bet this guy got that tactic to bite his dad's flesh, probably from his cat. It sounds like his cat isn't the best influence on him, Freeman.
Then he allegedly bit and punched his mom, too.
This guy, man.
Classy fellow. You're 26. Grow the hell up. During the argument, he allegedly threatened to burn their house to the ground and kill both of his parents.
But then wouldn't the cat die? The cat you're trying to see, maybe just come by tomorrow and it might roll over.
Have you ever asked yourself a question, if you could grab one item from your house when your house is burning down, what would it be?
It'd be my cat's.
No, you only get one cat. You can't pick them both up.
It would be Dino then. Sorry, Lily. Meow.
So he would definitely set the house on fire, pick up his cat, and be like, "It's just you and me, buddy. You and me against the world."
And the cat's just scratching him. He's like, "Shut up, you pussy." They drive off into the sunset.
Then he allegedly bit and punched his mom too. Yeah, I read that.
But
on Monday, he pleaded not guilty to assault, mayhem, and making criminal threats.
Mayhem from all states.
You think he would take the crazy, he would say, "Oh, I'm insane," or something like that, because He sounds like a crazy person.
He sounds like the
And the
average...
mug shot we see, he looks crazy. He looks dead in the eyes.
Dude, this is the average crazy cat person that needs their cat in their life. And I'm not a crazy cat person, but I have that thing where the cat, whenever you're in a bad mood, it's there for you. But I'm not like going to be like, Mom, if you don't let me see the cat, I'm going to burn this house down where we live. And we have the roof under us. Like, come on, stop it. Grow up. Get a job. Jesus.
Get a job. Yeah, Jesus, get a job.
Yeah, you bum. Quit hanging out with Joseph and Mary all day.
Your parents.
Hey,
All right.
your mom's a virgin.
B.O.B. headband. Listen to it.
With 2 chains.
That's the one.
Yeah, thanks. Already got one rolled up in my left.
Story about a restaurant owner defending his camera in the bathroom.
All right, read it to us. FreeMAN.
Alrighty. Despite customer complaints and an ongoing criminal investigation, the owner of a Mechanicsville, oh my God, is this Iowa? A Mechanicsville restaurant with a surveillance camera and men's bathroom claims he's within his rights.
Why would you? I'm not saying you should ever have it in a bathroom, but even when it's a men's bathroom, that's even weirder because, like, what are you spying on? Men are disgusting in the bathroom. It's like,
It's like that.
you gotta
It's like
get
that.
load.
You know who this reminds me of, Hoppy?
Who?
I'll give a hint. Family Guy.
Not ringing a bell. Oh yeah, Glenn Quagmire.
Here we go.
Let's have sex.
Baby, how'd you like to share a pair of skates?
Sure.
Oh, never mind. Well, you look a lot better from the back.
You jerk.
Oh, hey, baby, you want to go somewhere? No, wait, Quagmire. Remember what's on the other side.
Okay. This is
Glenn, honey, I have a question for you. What do you do for a living?
Hey, I have a question for you, too. Why are you still here? Hey there, sweetie. How old are you?
16.
18. You're first.
Mom!
I like where this is going. Giggity, giggity, giggity.
You were Jock the Ripper.
Giggity. Wow, that was terrific, Jessica.
It was.
You gotta love Quagmire.
That's back when Family Guy was in its prime, before it killed off Brian and just tried to get attention. And we'll cover that in the 5 o'clock hour. I got some thoughts on that.
Yes.
But going back to the guy who had a camera in a men's bathroom at a restaurant, and the owner of that specific restaurant, Calabash Seafood Restaurant and Club Midway, Freeman, he's defending it. Tell the Chicagoland audience about this creep.
He said he installed the cameras after years of vandalism to the bathroom, including $1,000 in recent damage. The camera, hanging from the ceiling just above a toilet stall, which, I mean, is that necessary? Is situated to capture patrons as they enter without revealing those using the bathroom facilities.
Go on. I love this already.
Smith said most of his customers seemed okay being the word, with it during the 2 weeks that it was active earlier this year.
How are you okay with this real quick? Like, how are you like, yeah, it's cool that you have a video of me taking a dump. I love that so much.
Thank you so much for watching me poo.
I know you'll have this on your home collection of VHS tapes and beta tapes. Thank you, bro.
All right. And then he said the Hanover County Sheriff's Office used a search warrant to confiscate the surveillance equipment in September, and the camera was disabled. After reviewing footage, the Sheriff's Office and Hanover Commonwealth Attorney's Office are considering whether to charge Smith with a misdemeanor for unlawful filming.
A misdemeanor? If he's doing this countless times and he keeps saying, oh, I'll keep doing it, this should be a felony. This guy's a creep, man.
What would
the
you
heck?
charge him with that's a felony?
I don't know.
What
I'm not a
felony would
criminal
you charge
person.
him with?
I'm just saying a misdemeanor, he's going to get off easy. I'm not saying get the guy
It's
jail
still on
time.
his record for years. I mean,
Yeah, he'll be that little blue dot on a sex offender website. Has to go to each neighbor. Yeah, I was filming people in the bathroom,
no,
men's bathroom.
it's not a sexual offense, so he will not be on Watchdog.
Oh man, that sucks.
You're one of the aggressive law types. Like, you're no no redemption, no second chance. You
Trust
should put
me.
it on the record. Everybody should know your name, even if you're a minor.
Well, that was ridiculous going from last week. We're not going to get into that, but yeah, I'm a bit of a hard ass, don't you know? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's see what happens when you break the law. And you're like, yeah, it's okay. They should let that happen.
Land of the free, home of the brave. You have to live with what you do.
Indeed. Smith, we can't ignore this type of stuff, said Lieutenant Chris J. Whiteley of the Hanover Sheriff's Office. For his part, Smith seemed unconcerned about the investigation. Well, whoopee, he said. It's a misdemeanor. Are you kidding me? That would be a joke.
Can you imagine? Because the cops literally have to go through these videos and see what's on it. Can you imagine having to be that rookie cop, that intern that's given the assignment of watching men's video surveillance cameras? Like, poor guy.
Indeed.
Just wants to be a cop and then has to look at these videos of like Joe who ate too many wings. Oh, this is going to be a long one. Oh, no. You know what I'm saying, Freeman?
Yeah.
Of course you do. And if you want to call the show, it's 847-866-WNUR. That's 847-866-9687. And maybe you want to comment on Pig Semen or on Glenn Quagmire in that funny clip, or just whatever we have talked about on the show, or if you think this guy should get a higher sentence besides a misdemeanor or a higher charge, call the show and let us know. Or you can reach us on Twitter. It's not that hard. Tweet at us at Hoppe Radio 893 and at St. Broseph. And we actually have a tweet. I'll keep him anonymous, but he said, Pig Semen Hoppe, come on now. You're better than that. Hashtag so much football to be talked about. Now, the kid who tweeted this, I like him, man. He's a really good guy, really humble. But you need to realize this isn't a sports show. If you want to hear sports, go watch SportsCenter. This is a show where we just speak our mind and talk about random things. You know what I'm saying, Freeman?
Indeedy.
DDS. Whatever, I don't know what that was.
The dude said, I've been doing this for 34 years. I'm not concerned with public's opinion or how to run my business. This dude sounds like a...
Class act.
Class act. Yeah, that's right. I almost said asshole, but
Ass small.
ass small.
He sounds like a real runt.
I know how to run it better than anybody. He's talking about his business. I don't need them, the county, the government, or laws telling me what to do.
Where was this at? Where is Hanover County? This guy sounds like the biggest weirdo. This has to be in Florida because this is something that would happen with all the sun that goes on them, like you like to say. You know what I'm saying, Freeman? Like
That vitamin D.
that vitamin D. They like the D down there in Florida. This is in Virginia. That would make sense. Right on the border of going into the South. People are a little crazy down there in the southern part of America.
A search warrant says the toilet and urinal are not viewable by the camera. However, other portions of the restroom are in view of the camera. That would be an expectation of privacy.
So then what is this guy filming? Watching people wash their hands, groom themselves?
I mean, if you're going to destroy a toilet, you're going to do it from inside the stall, so...
I just don't get why you would want to film people washing their hands. Why would you want to film it in the first place? But what are you getting out of filming someone? Yeah, I'm going to do a line of coke on this real quick. I like the counter or whatever. Like, what are you getting out of filming that in general? This guy's an absolute weirdo.
A section of state code prohibits intentional videotaping a nude or otherwise exposed person who hasn't given their consent. When that person has reasonable expectation of their privacy, it's punishable by up to a year in jail.
Here's what I don't get. It says a section of state code prohibits intentionally videotaping a nude or otherwise exposed person. Well, being nude is exposed, but what's another way of being exposed besides being nude? Like, that just confuses me a bit.
If they were half nude.
That's true.
Indeed.
Or maybe if they were caught at, like, someone's house they shouldn't be, then they might be exposed.
What if your testicle was hanging out of your shorts? Who knows? You're not nude, but your testicle's, like, right there.
Guess that makes sense.
I can't help but look at it. Smith said he hasn't violated anyone's privacy. By his interpretation, adding that he'd consider fighting the matter as high as the state Supreme Court if he's prosecuted. Now, law is not by your interpretation. It is by a judge's interpretation, and the interpretation of the police officer that's arresting you.
Yeah.
So good luck, buddy.
Sorry, Joe Schmo. I know you like those tapes, but you're Busted.
Busted for sure. Hanover Commonwealth's attorney R.E. Tripp Chalkley III said he does not comment on the pending investigations. You know, before you do something like this, if in your mind you're like, is this illegal? Maybe you should get consulted by a lawyer before you put up a camera in a restroom.
Or even easier, there's these things called search engines where you type in key phrases and it gives you answers in a split second.
Yeah, you might.
Can I film in a bathroom?
Exactly. And it might show you that state code that we just so happen to find, like reading the story.
Hey, you moron. Can I film in the bathroom in Virginia? And it will say in capital letters, no, you cannot film. Like, it's not that hard, buddy.
You can film if you film the ceiling.
But then again, that's just a lawyer trying to defend his client that's obviously guilty.
He did not defend him, though. He says, I do not comment on the pending investigations. That's not usually a good sign if your lawyer's not fighting.
Every lawyer doesn't even want to put up a fight. Like back when Jerry Sandusky was accused of all that madness.
Yep.
And he's like, oh, it's just horsing around. I was just cleaning them off. Ugh. Like, if your lawyer doesn't even want to defend you like that lawyer for Jerry Sandusky, I'm sorry. You don't even have a case whatsoever.
Smith does admit that the camera could have potentially captured someone undressing just inside the bathroom door or by a sink. Areas he says are essentially public when the bathroom door is open. But just because it's public does not mean that if you record someone changing and it's naked and they do not know that it's intentionally recording them, that is the state law saying you cannot do that. There's a code for that, but he doesn't know that because he doesn't know what Google is.
And he doesn't know what codes are. I bet this is the guy who lets rats roam in his back.
Dude, what is
kitchen.
his food rating? You know what I'm saying? The state food inspector comes in, and he's like, we're going to have to lower your grade to from a B+ to a C+.
Dude, I bet, do you know when you go into one of those nice restaurants, or even a B-Dubs, it says awarded an award for top service.
Exactly.
He has none of those in there.
He doesn't have. He has pending closure. Those are the ones he get.
Pending investigation.
Pending investigation by food investigator or whatever.
And then there's like what are those things that cops put up? Those yellow wires or tape.
The
across.
Investigation tape.
Yeah, it's all around the
Crime
restaurant.
scene tape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people go in there to get drunk and have awful wings that are infested with rat urine. Sounds like a great place in Virginia. Let's be
When
honest.
Smith gave surveillance footage to investigators, hoping Bailey would be arrested, the sheriff's office also started looking into whether Smith had broken a law. Smith said he has no immediate plans to install a camera in the woman's bathroom, which isn't vandalized as frequently, though he wants to keep his options open. You know, I may or may not do that.
No, I'm just
Here,
doing...
they actually have a quote. If I have to, I'll walk around here with an M16 to protect my property if that's what it's going to take, Smith said. What a moron.
Here's a quick question. I'm not saying that this guy has good intentions in his mind, but maybe he's crazy. Because if he's not filming them actually in the bathroom stalls, maybe he's doing this because he's actually trying to find out who vandalized it. And he's just so dumb that he thinks this is the real. And if that's true, how the hell did this guy get a restaurant license from Hanover County in Virginia?
Here's something they do in Florida all the time. They hire something called a bathroom attendant for the busy hours.
Where you have to, like,
Friday
pay them.
night. You don't have to pay them. You can tip them.
It's very awkward when they're in there and they're like, they have their palm out, like, money, please? And you're like, nope.
Still, I would rather have it be awkward with a bathroom attendant than have this jackass walking around with an M16. Do you hear me? Like,
yeah.
His customers will be happy because there's a bathroom attendant and it's like a fancy place.
Dude, I really want to go to this restaurant. This sounds like a very intriguing place.
Yeah, well, if he's walking around with the M16, I don't think I'll stay too long.
Yeah, this sounds like a very classy place to take your wife on for, like, your anniversary. Hey, let's go to Hanover County in Virginia to Joe's Crab Shack or whatever this place is. Sounds like a great place, honey. I love you.
And plus, like, if there's a camera in the bathroom, I'm just going to stand in front of it and helicopter, like, for an hour. And then I'll sue him because, like, that was unintentional. That was unintentional. I didn't think I was being taped. That's my pregame. That's what I do when I'm on dates. I helicopter and I say, I'm the man.
And then just If you want to call the show, 847-866-WNUR. That's 847-866-9687. This song represents what hip-hop should be. It has soul and it has talent. And sadly, Eazy-E died in like 1996. And if he never died, I think hip-hop would be a lot better today. It's with Bone Thugs and Harmony. For the love of the money. And a big shout out to my guy Bob Danger Vicker.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob. He is on the Ryan Hoppe Media Network, which can be found at hoppemedia.wordpress.com under the ICB talent page. He's the host of the Bobcast podcast, and it's one of the funniest things I've ever heard. Him and his dad, the conversations they have, it's real radio. Check it out. One of the most humble and up-and-coming talent in this business. Agree, FreeMAN?
Indeedy. We love you, Bab.
Bab?
Speaking of radio and shows and such, portions of WNUR's programming may be inappropriate for younger or more sensitive listeners.
Oh, no.
WNUR believes this material to be artistically and culturally significant.
Is it artistically like Picasso or artistically like Kim Kardashian?
I'm going to go with Kim. At least Dexter from Cleveland would think so. We will play this music only between the hours of 11:30 p.m. and 6 a.m. Our next
Dexter,
story.
you're awesome.
Sure he is. Sean Harvell allegedly swung penis at woman in a rotary helicopter motion. He was having a swinging good time. Turns out he was the only one who saw it. Turns out he was the only one who saw it that way.
So he's the only person who thought it was acceptable to...
Acceptable?
Acceptable? To swing his penis at a woman. I mean, he's like, come on, it's normal.
Kensington.
Oh,
Hello,
yeah.
Austin.
Swinging good time.
Why don't you ever model for me, Mrs. Kensington?
Oh, yes.
You know how Mr. Kensington feels
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
Oh, behave. Yeah, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. Some Austin Powers there, because he had
missed
a
that movie.
swinging good time.
Dude, they don't make funny PG-13 movies like that anymore.
No.
Dude, Austin Powers was a classic.
Until he
trilogy.
made that, Mike Myers made, what was that movie? Love Guru?
Love and
Guru.
Master of Disguise.
No,
bad
that
too.
was his buddy,
Dana Carvey.
Dana Carvey, who
All
fell
right.
through after that.
But what happened with Sean?
Sean Harvell faces charges including public indecency, resisting law enforcement, criminal confinement, and battery after he allegedly harassed 2 Indianapolis women by swinging his penis at them.
And here's what I don't get. How is this not in Florida? How is this in the quiet town of Indianapolis where everything shuts down at 11 p.m.? Like, I'm very surprised that this would happen in Indianapolis. But then again, you never know what goes down in America.
One of the women flagged down an officer to complain that Harvell, 34, had his penis out of his pants and was swinging it about in a rotary helicopter-like motion.
And can you imagine just this woman?
Imagine what?
Just like you're walking down the block and he just swings it at you in like a helicopter motion. And you're just like, I just came back from a long day at work and he's swinging his penis at me in a helicopter motion. Can't I just go home with my husband and not have him swing his penis at me, his dong, in a helicopter motion?
According to police, oh man, that's the first time I've laughed on air. Like, it's just ridiculous. The woman told police that Harvell had approached them from behind, then grabbed one victim's arm and showed her his penis. He also said he had a gun and that she was going to come with him.
Well, he had 2 guns, one in his pants and one in his hand.
When an officer confronted Harvell, he said he approached the women in order to resolve a financial dispute. The women told police they didn't know him. Aside from his arrest, the officer also ticketed the suspect for parking his car too close to a fire hydrant. His helicopter, that is, his private helicopter. Turns out Harvell isn't the only penis-wagging suspect that's allegedly accosted the passerby in Indianapolis this year. So these women have had it happen to them before.
What is this, a new common trend in Indianapolis to swing your penis at a girl's face that's just trying to get home from work? I mean, what the hell? How is this not in Florida? How is this in the cloudy town of Indianapolis? What the hell?
I'm just glad that they released the names. Please Facebook Sean Harvell right now.
At Twitter.
And grab a YouTube video or sound effect of the helicopter and send it to him. And then James Reed Stills was also arrested after he allegedly flashed his genitals at motorists while standing in an intersection. I mean, Indianapolis sounds like a classy place. It's the new San Francisco.
But here's the weird part about Indianapolis, dude. Like, it's just like a very quiet town. You drive through it in 2 minutes. Like, you would never expect it to be like this. And we're looking at the mugshot of a guy from Omaha, Nebraska. Of course he's from Nebraska. And I guess he put his pants down and began masturbating after he witnessed a murder. What the hell? How is that?
He witnessed a murder and then, decided to pull down his pants.
What's
and
the next guy?
all over the place.
Jared Weston Walter was dubbed the TriMet barber because he was convicted of cutting his hair of random. He was convicted of cutting the hair of random women on the bus in Portland, Oregon, then smearing glue on their heads. What's that glue?
It wasn't glue.
Maybe it was pig semen.
It was pixie dust. Ballsy move. A man accused of publicly masturbating in Port St. Lucie, Florida, hello, told cops he was just scratching at a rash. Now, I believe if you wiggle it more than 3 times, you're playing with yourself.
Next.
Grab the next one.
St. Patty's whacker Stephen Young was arrested after allegedly masturbating at a St. Patrick's parade in St. Paul, Minnesota. Cops say he told them he was picking at a scab. What is it, eczema? What scab are you picking
I'm pretty
at?
sure his wiener was the size of a scab.
But they also say he admitted he was doing something I'm not supposed to. You think, dude? Oh, yeah, he allegedly just smoked some meth.
I
Jesus.
mean, when you smoke meth, I believe automatically grab your wiener. Like, that's just...
That's just the protocol.
That's step 2. What is in a name? A witness told Key West, Florida again, police in April that Elijah Slocum, I can't believe that's his actual last name, Slocum, was masturbating so hard his whole body was shaking at a public beach.
Next.
Yeah.
The long arm of the law. Former Santa Fe, New Mexico police sergeant. Well, thank God he's a former police sergeant, because you wouldn't want him on the job. Mike Easenkind found himself in a touchy situation. Good job there, Huffington Post. After the release of a video that allegedly shows him masturbating in his squad car. So when he's one of those fat suburban cops trying to find a DUI person, he's like, God, I'm bored. I'm going to go on some Pornhub real quick on my iPhone. I got nothing else to do.
You know what movie that reminds me of?
What?
Super Troopers, when he's doing the speed gun to his masturbation. And it goes up to like 65 miles an hour.
Here's another one. Rough day for... Oh, yeah. I covered this dude on the Hoppe show. He's crazy. It says, rough day for alleged naked, violent, pooping masturbator. I will say that again. Rough day for alleged, naked, and violent pooping masturbator. The naked pooper. The legend. Gregory Matthew Bruni of the great state of Florida allegedly showed up at the roof of the couple's home before jumping down, breaking into the house, punching the man, and running into the house where he pooped, masturbated, and drank the contents of the vacuum cleaner.
What? I wonder what was in the vacuum cleaner. Because if it was a wet vac, like a shop vac, and like he accidentally broke a vodka bottle and was just trying to save her, the contents, then that's understandable. But if it's like a pet vacuum where you vacuum up like dog hair, what is wrong with you?
Well, look at this dude. He's crazy. And, man, that's just an average Tuesday in Florida. Breaking into someone's house.
Oh, just another good old Tuesday.
Breaking in
I think
naked.
I'm going to masturbate and crap at the same time.
Next. Objects in mirror are gross.
William Blakely, former vice mayor of a Tennessee town, was accused of masturbating out of the window while driving at 90 miles an hour. That's skill. That's Too Fast, Too Furious, XXX. That's another Vin Diesel movie coming out.
That will be on Pornhub. Another one here, Sticky Pages. I get what they did there. Tyree S. Carter is accused of loving his books in the wrong way. And, of course, this happened in good old Wisconsin, just
Must
north
have
of
been
us.
reading 50 Shades of Grey. Oh, a contract. Hell yeah.
The Wisconsin resident was court-ordered to stay out of all the libraries on the face of the earth. So he's been banned from every library on planet Earth.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
I'm just having all these memories now. Remember that Seinfeld where he took the book into the bathroom? And he got banned from all the bookstores. They're like,
Yes.
oh, it's that guy. Red alert.
All right. Burning Desire. Nicholas Gonzalez, a porn actor who goes by the name
Donnie Wright.
Donnie Wright is on the scene, is accused of breaking into the firehouse in Louisville, Kentucky to masturbate on the gear. That's just his kinky thing.
Donnie Wright did so Donnie wrong.
He likes to be geared up. All right, next. Sexcuses.
Officers in Pennsylvania Township, Pennsylvania, say when Scott E. Smith was caught with his love muscle out behind a convenience store. Hey. That's for you, Miley Cyrus. you and your love muscle, which also is your tongue.
You and your wrecking ball.
Smith told them it was just because his pants had shrunk.
Of course it was, buddy, and that was in Pennsylvania. Oh, this guy. Look up Anthony Bruce Barry. What a name. And where's Lakesworth? Because this guy sounds crazy. His mugshot just reeks of, I drink too much alcohol and I hate my life. I need to find a girlfriend. Of course, Lakesworth is in Florida. Florida! We love you. He's accused of masturbating against the door of a business, then told officers, yes, I have a mental problem.
Oh my God, that's the first step, admitting you have a problem.
Yeah, and that's it for the top 10 masturbators. Yeah, that's the best thing. After you climax, after you chilled out, you're then like, yeah, I'm sorry, officer. I have a bit of a climaxing problem.
I kind of have an issue with masturbating in public. I'm crazy.
I haven't taken my bipolar medicines since 2004.
I can't afford them. I eat palm leaves every day.
I can't afford anything. I pay for porn. All right, what song's coming up next?
Radioactive by Imagine Dragons. We'll be back.
Yeah, we might.
I'm waking up to ash and dust. I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breathing.
All right.
We're back from that break of music. We hope you enjoyed it. And that call when I called Julian Yu, who used to be on B96 in his first week in like July of 2006. I was a little brat back then.
I thought it was good radio, Hoppe.
It's radio gold.
Teacher accused of getting girls drunk so they would vandalize home of enemy. What a horrible compilation of drunk girls.
Oh yeah, FreeMAN had an ultimate drunk girls compilation.
I was hoping there'd be like a sound of a drunk girl like, hey, you.
Oh my God, drank too much Captain Morgan.
I drank too much, Jack. Take me home. I guess I'll have to make my own compilation.
Because it was all video. Our bad.
Thule Netsep 2009, your video sucks.
Yeah, you're a terrible person.
I hate you.
No one likes you ever.
So now we're going to have to just go on the fly here.
So what happened?
A deputy principal of Coffs Harbor High School has been charged with getting 3 students drunk so they'd vandalize the home of an enemy with him. What kind of person has an enemy, Hoppe?
What do you mean? What type of person has an enemy?
I mean, I don't have an enemy. I don't have an arch enemy. I'm not a superhero.
I have one. He's sitting right next to me. I mean, but I don't like.
Are you talking about your cat? I knew it.
Shut up. God, I fed you already. But seriously, like, this guy is a teacher. He's given a role to teach you about things that you learn in school, but life lessons. And his life lesson is, yes, I'm going to buy you alcohol so you can underage drink at age 16 and 17. And then in his mugshot, he's smiling after he took him to a motel to drink it. Like, what a creep. Like,
You
the
can,
hell's
of
wrong
course,
with you?
if you're into that sort of thing, you can find him on Facebook. His name is Andrew Massini, Minisini.
And if you like this sort of thing, just go on Craigslist.
You want to party, bro?
With 16-year-olds, party!
Andrew Massini, who was
Yeah.
taught at several high schools along the east coast of NSW.
Gee, I wonder why he's had so many different high schools. Because usually, if you're a good teacher, you have something called tenure, where you don't go to different high schools. They saw what this guy was, which is a creep, but then he just never was reported. That's just my guess.
Has been charged with buying alcohol for girls aged 16 and 17, taking them to a motel room to drink it, and then going home in Urunga, where they allegedly spray painted obscenities on the outside walls.
Oh, man, he's just a teacher of the year. Can someone give this guy the Golden Apple Award? 'Cause he's just a great man.
Police would not reveal the intended target of the vandalism, except to say the home belonged to a man who was known to be a teacher. I bet that man's the one that got the golden apple. Andrew Massini wanted to send him a message.
How dare you take my award? I came in second place, and you get it? Screw that, sir. I'm going to vandalize
Holmes.
your house.
Hey, Holmes, you're on my ground, Holmes.
Holmes? Oh my God, what the hell's wrong with you?
Mr. Massini, 59, a single father from Vala Beach, is one of two deputy principals at Aurora High School.
He's a deputy principal, so they gave him the role of being a principal? Because at these high schools, you have like 7 principals. You have the main principal who does nothing. Then you have like 6 that have scattered roles. So he was actually given the role to be one of the deputy principals where you like help out.
Online records show he has also worked at Endeavour High School in Sutherlandshire, Tweed River High School in nearby Benora.
That sounds like a
Point
great
High
high school.
School.
Tweed High School.
Tweed. We love Tweed here. Everything's Tweed.
We like to smoke that tweed. Do what we did there.
Mr. Minisini allegedly struck up a friendship with one of his students and maintained ongoing contact before allegedly recruiting her and 2 others to trash the Urunga house on November 29th.
And how does this recruiting go down? Hey, you want to join my militia and my army, and we'll just spray paint all the teachers you don't like with my militia?
You
want
want to join my cause and live at my house?
I have a recording studio in Chicago, man. I'm up and coming. My militia.
He has been charged with 2 counts of recruiting a child to engage in criminal activity. He sounds like a pimp. 1 count of malicious damage and 1 count of supplying alcohol to 3 underage girls. This is a modern-day Charles Manson.
Look him up. His name is Andrew Minisini. His mugshot, it's Minisini. This guy literally is proud of what he did. He just has this perfect smile.
That looks like a school backdrop, so it looks like a school picture to me, not a mugshot.
Damn it.
Just saying.
I'm going to look up the mugshot.
The blue in the background with hues of clouds.
Probably
That's
right.
That's like, it looks like an old one.
Either way, he's smiling through.
I have no idea. It looks like there's bones on his shirt. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I bet there's bones in his house.
The
Just
students were interviewed at Coffs Harbor Police Station on Thursday and have been dealt with under the Young Offenders Act.
Good.
On Wednesday, police executed search warrants on homes in Coffs Harbor and Vala Beach and Mr. Massini's school office, where they seized mobile phones and other electronic communication devices.
Oh, I bet they'll get some good things on there. Oh, boy.
Nudie pics. A Department of Education and Communities spokesman confirmed an Aura High School staff member had been charged and said his conduct was most unusual.
Oh, I bet. It's some, like, spankings in there. Had some rulers. You've been a bad student. Get on the ground.
In circumstances such as these, teachers are immediately removed from school in order to manage any risk to students, the spokesman said. The staff at Aura High School take their duty of care towards students very seriously. Such alleged conduct by a staff member is most unusual and, if proven, is not tolerated by the school.
I love how they say "and if proven" because they're like trying to defend themselves because they probably had this guy for so long.
It's the law. It is innocent until proven guilty.
I know,
So he is not guilty.
I know. I'm just saying it's funny. He has a lot of things going against him. It's hard to find a way that he is.
So did
guilty.
O.J. Simpson, Zimmerman, and that Anthony chick, but they are all innocent under this law.
I know.
Okay.
I know. We're not going to argue about that.
I'm not arguing. I'm just telling you what the law is, mother trucker.
You runt.
Parents contacted Fairfax to express concern over the arrest, although a neighbor of Mr. Mancini described him as an upstanding citizen. That's how it always is. And then, I thought my neighbor was such a good guy, and then he killed those 12 people. That's how it always is. He went to church. He's an upstanding citizen. He did everything right, never broke a law, and then he threw his friends in the wood chipper.
Oh, yeah. Uncle Jerry was the best to us. He took us to Eagle games. He got us in the locker room where we met Donovan McNabb. And then we would go to the Penn State locker room.
Uncle Michael was fantastic. He gave us Jesus juice and even slept in the same bed as us. One of his neighbors.
He was such a good singer. That was the thing about him. He would sing to us, "Billie Jean, get in bed."
Was not my lover? Okay. A neighbor of his says that seems totally out of character. It can't be right. He was a stalwart citizen. I need to Google what stalwart means because I've never heard stalwart citizen. Hoppy's doing that right now. A member from Nambucca. That's just a funny name. Nambucca.
Here's what stalwart means. Strongly built.
Strongly built. He was a strongly built citizen.
He went to the gym during school.
He had intestinal fortitude.
He had a whole office of creatine.
Yep. He had the creatine every day.
He would just snort it.
A member from Nambucca Heads Rotary Club said Mr. Mancini was a member until about 9 months ago and seemed friendly and quiet. Watch out for the quiet ones, they say. He really didn't attend meetings, and you didn't get to know too much about him because he didn't involve himself in many activities.
Well, is that a white flag? If he's in the club just to look good, and then he doesn't show up or do anything, white flag, folks.
That's like going to AA meetings just to pick up chicks. Anyways, Mr. Mancini was granted conditional bail to appear in Coffs Harbour local court on January 20th.
And we will keep you updated on Mr. Mancini.
Definitely keep you updated on that because it just sounds like too much fun.
This guy just is living life to the fullest.
Yes, he is. And if you want to call in and talk about Mr. Mancini.
And Mr. Swink just tweeted us at I am the Swink. Follow him. One of the most up-and-coming talents. He covers the WWE for his show, Ringside Court, or whatever it's called.
Ringside Review.
My bad. He tweeted at Hoppy Radio 893, loyal, hardworking, and reliable. That's stalwart. I'm sorry, Swink, I got it wrong, but saying Bill was a lot funnier. It was the second one. You douchebag. You're a good guy, though. Okay, coming up next is John Legend featuring Andre 3000. Can I get a green light?
Can I get a one night?
I'm ready to go right now, even though we have another hour and 10 minutes of radio. We'll be right back.
Permission, so give me the green light. Give me just one night. I'm ready to go right now. I'm ready.
And that was Yellow Card with Only One on WNUR 89.3. And a big shout out to Sam Fry, Nick Swink, Ryan Stuppritz, Jonathan Sauer, Greg Janicki, and everybody else who has tuned into the Hoppy and
FreeMAN Show.
And if you want to get involved, it's not too hard. 847-866-WNUR. It's 5:07 a.m. So the club's closed now. You're bored. It's 9 degrees outside. You're listening on your TuneIn radio app, Freeman.
We are your hangover medicine. We're bringing you back.
Enough of orange juice and toast. This is the pure hangover cure. But here's a quick reminder, Freeman.
Yes.
You know how our show has been a bit fun today, making everybody laugh out there in the Chicagoland area?
Yes.
Portions of WNUR's programming may be inappropriate for younger or more sensitive listeners.
Oh, you sensitive?
Yeah, I am. WNUR believes this material, meow, to be artistically and culturally, meow, significant. We will play this music talking, meow, during the hours of 11:30 p.m. and 6 a.m. when we'll get up on out of here. Meow. Shut the hell up, cat. What's coming up next?
Some people obviously didn't get the memo about it being the holiday season and the City of Brotherly Love Wednesday night. If you don't know what the City of Brotherly Love is, Google it. Yes, you are an idiot. It's Philadelphia, just so you know.
You're welcome.
A fight broke out at Philadelphia's Christmas tree lighting in Love Park. I mean, perfect setting. It's Christmas. You're in the City of Brotherly Love.
In Love Park.
In a park called Love Park. And you think to yourself, I really want to beat that guy's ass. Police say 2 women, okay, sorry for saying it's a guy, that's sexist of me. It's 2 women, had to be separated after the skirmish broke out.
I want to beat that bitch's ass.
Indeed. The argument was reportedly over one person standing in another's way. There was no serious injuries, and the tree lighting continued without incident.
Dude, I've had this happen to me so much. Not almost
A
fights.
woman beating your ass? I'm just going to go with that. I'm going to agree with you. Yeah.
No, at concerts, I'm in someone's way.
Women beating your ass at concerts. I get it.
You know what? No.
It happens. No. I didn't get my ass beat by a woman, but I did get cussed out once.
I was talking about people being in my way or them.
I'm just saying I got cussed out by a woman at a Good Charlotte concert.
Oh, Good Charlotte. What happened?
I was 16 years old. I was pushing my way up to the front because it's a Good Charlotte concert. I mean, it's a rock concert.
You get all pumped up with
You're
the
getting pumped up.
adrenaline.
The thing is, it didn't even fill the venue. Not even half the venue.
Was this before they were in their prime?
No, this is after their prime. They were on MTV, had their own show.
Was this when they were like average Charlotte?
This is when they were like on
Mediocre.
the downfall Charlotte. They weren't good Charlotte, they were bad Charlotte.
They were like Bobcat Charlotte.
Yeah. Hey, I love Bobcat. Hey, you guys. Anyways,
Bobcat, go life.
so like I was pushing my way up to the front, and I pushed the wrong person, because next thing I know, this 250-pound mother of 2 was like, "Hey, don't push my kids!" And I was like, "Oh crap!" I didn't have a shirt on at the time because I sweated through it.
Or
And
because
it
you were
ended
showing
up-
off your big Freeman guns.
Yeah, I ended up on stage like. You could tell the band was not impressed because the thing like stuck to the drum. It was so wet. And it was my shirt that said, "Don't mind me, I have schizophrenia." Like, yeah. Stoked, but they weren't.
Dude, I've had shirts like that soaked, but usually it's after I hit the treadmill. You're just at a Good Charlotte concert.
Good Charlotte concert. I rock that hard.
I have schizophrenia. Please leave me.
Yeah, speaking of rocking hard. Indeed. Meltdown alert. Selena Gomez didn't at KIIS FM's 2013 Jingle Ball. Jingle Ball.
Balls.
Balls.
It's 5:10 in the morning.
The
Balls.
21-year-old star got held up during her performance on stage when her audio and mic malfunctioned. Oh my gosh, is this Ashley Simpson all over again?
And why does it matter if her mic breaks down? It's all auto-tuned and lip synced. Like,
Yeah, seriously. Well, we covered Selena Gomez like a week ago. Yeah, last week.
yeah.
With Dallas Cowboys, it just looked like she was disinterested. She was talking the lyrics. The soundtrack was way too loud, and
Her dance routine was terrible.
her dance routine was done by a 3rd grader.
If that.
And so now this sounds like the same thing. The slow down singer dropped the F-bomb and later walked off stage before finishing her set. That sounds like Selena Gomez.
Sounds just like the great girl that she is. I saw her one time on David Letterman. She has her legs crossed, acting all cute. But in reality, she's just this bitch, you know. I said it. Sorry, Selena, you're a bitch. Go on.
So it gets even better. Not only does she drop the F-bomb, but listen to this.
What?
"Sorry, the sound isn't working," Gomez would heard yelled to the crowd. Are you guys having a good night? I promised a lot of cooler people are going to come out tonight, Gomez continued. Is it okay if I perform 2 more songs and you guys can get to it? Wow.
And
I mean, wow.
Like, I'm speechless, Freeman.
I mean, I just want to say the sound isn't working. Aren't you a singer?
I was just about to say that. Couldn't you just boost your great, talented
I'm
voice?
sorry if you're band. I mean, the background band
Yeah.
isn't really playing. It's a soundtrack.
Yeah.
And they're just sort of twiddling their thumbs as they pretend to play the
Twiddling,
guitar.
yeah. But, I mean, honestly, you're a singer to a major record label. Do what you were paid to do.
There was a bunch
Sing.
of exactly. There's a bunch of little girls watching you, and you drop the F-bomb, and the next thing you're gonna say is, "Are you guys having a good night?"
And
No,
of course not.
this is a horrible memory.
And this is in Los Angeles at their top radio station, Kiss FM. So people paid good money
Good
to go
money.
there. They won it in the free contest line. How
$80 to get like a video image of her saying the F-bomb. It was worth it.
Yeah, and you finally win that radio contest. You get into Kiss FM. You win the tickets. And then it's just Selena Gomez swearing at you. What an awful concert.
It didn't end there, by the way.
Uh-oh, what
I
happened
mean,
then?
she said the F-bomb.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Sorry, the sound doesn't work, you guys. Are you guys
Sorry,
having a good
guys.
night? Are you guys having a good night? I promise
How
a lot
are
of
the
cooler people are gonna."
concessions?
And then she, how's your popcorn? How's
How's
are they serving beer to the children?
Is it salty enough? Justin never was.
And then she said, "I have to thank you guys so much for allowing me to be able to perform the music that I love."
You didn't perform. What are you talking about,
And
honey?
you love your own music? I mean, I don't think... Is she singing Christmas carols?
Dude, that's like me saying I love to listen to my own show. I listen sometimes to critique it, but I don't just have it in the background while I'm cleaning up the house. And what the hell is wrong with you? If you love your own Christmas carol, Freeman, she sounds so egotistical and like she loves herself.
Let's not listen to this. Okay, so they couldn't get the Christmas soundtrack to work, right?
Yeah.
So my guess is that instead of getting another soundtrack or trying to get it to work, they YouTubed her #1 song, "Come and Get It."
Come and get it.
And she mouthed the
heard it.
words to that because they said, "I have to say before you guys go on to people that you care about, I really appreciate you supporting everything I do." So this next song is a song I had hit #1.
Oh my God, like, thank you for supporting me. It really means a lot. And it says here also, after the song, Justin Bieber's ex decided to leave the stage instead of finishing her set. So after she asked them, "Are you having a good night? How's it going?" She then leaves the set. And here's the song. Come and get it real quick. Just a little bit of it. Boo.
So they YouTubed that song and just played it over the loudspeakers, and she lip synced to it. I mean, I hope she's done after this.
Oh my God. Can
That's
you guys go
2 horrible shows in a row.
in 2 weeks and twice
In a
covered
matter
on
of
her
2
show.
exactly. In 2 weeks, she had her. After the song, Justin Bieber's ex decided to leave the stage instead of it wasn't just her Bieber leaving. It was Selena Gomez. Why they worded it that way? Who's the person that wrote this story?
It's
I'm gonna have to.
OMG Yahoo. And then it says here, go down for me real quick. It says
Okay.
from an eyewitness quote, "Oh my God, she was pissed during the whole song, and she said 2 more songs." An eyewitness tells US Weekly she didn't do the last one. Oh my God,
She
I
only
paid
did
good money
one
for
song.
this.
Well, they can only find one good song on YouTube because the other ones don't exist on YouTube.
Or they are there and they have
And if
10
they
views.
do exist, they're acoustic versions done by fans.
Or if they do exist, they only get radio time on Radio Disney, nowhere else.
Radio Disney. Oh, this is a hot hit by Selena Gomez.
Only on Radio Disney.
Choo choo trains.
Choo choo trains, start up the engine. Look, I'm better than her. I just came up with an original lyric at the top of my head. Just play a little bit of it. I just want to hear this great song. This is the top song in America. Boo.
I mean, she's trying to separate herself from, the young view of her, like
And
the
she's-
Disney.
Yeah, and the whole I actually.
That's the
had sex with Justin
only
Bieber.
accomplished version of herself she has, just like Miley Cyrus.
Yeah,
Sorry, maybe you should stick to it.
Yeah, she's trying to separate herself from the whole image that she had sex with Justin Bieber. She had sex with
Gross.
a girl.
I mean, how can you have sex with something that doesn't have a wiener? I'm just throwing that out there.
Scissoring.
You just, oh my gosh, that's so edgy that you'd say scissoring on. That's awesome.
Portions of WNUR's programming may be inappropriate for younger or more sensitive listeners. Okay, there you go. I think the point of that song was Love Will Find a Way, Freeman.
I believe.
By Blessed Union of Souls. Call the show 846-9687, 847-866 WNUR.
But if you do call, we will not be here because this is our last story of the night.
All right, and it's Freeman, read it for us.
All right, Oregon students engage in snowball fight to end all snowball fights. And it got a bit carried away when some, including a few football players, began throwing snow at passing cars.
That's always a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, why
Nothing
not?
says smart idea like just throwing snowballs at passing cars. What a great way to spend a Tuesday afternoon.
Students even stood in front of cars, preventing them from moving while they and others threw snow at them. A few students dumped buckets of snow on at least 2 cars. A video on YouTube shows 2 incidents, both involving Oregon running back Byron Marshall.
But of course, he won't be suspended or he won't lose a scholarship because he's Byron Marshall and he plays football, and football players are always protected, which is so
That's not
ridiculous.
true.
Most of the time,
NCAA is the strictest. I mean,
you're right.
I mean, they stripped the Heisman from Reggie Bush.
That's true.
Okay, just making sure. The driver of the second vehicle
Also
opened
took
his
like
door
7 years, but okay.
and had snow thrown on him in form of a bucket by Oregon tight end Pharaoh Brown. The
What a
driver
Pharaoh.
was a retired UO professor, Sherwin Simmons, then approaches a female student to say something inaudible that upset Marshall, who then had some harsh things to say to the driver. The UO...
The University of Oregon Police Department is investigating an incident capturing on video in which a passing vehicle was a target of snowballs, Freeman, thrown by young people in an area at the UO campus. Police hope to determine the identities of those who were throwing snowballs, whether they are UO students or whether their actions constitute a criminal act, Freeman. That's always good to hear. What else does it say?
The UO Dean of Students, Paul Shang, issued a following statement. It was a snowball fight. The students shouldn't involve people who aren't part of it, but this is not high crimes. Not an assault, not even a misdemeanor. No one should be charged. That would be nuts. That's not true. A police officer, I can't remember what the rally was for, but the police officers were standing in line.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they do that when there's riots and stuff like that. It's
Of
not a
course.
riot, but a rally,
Yeah,
a peaceful rally.
Yeah.
And this girl was blowing bubbles.
Yeah.
And the police officer stated, if the bubble hits one of my officers, I will arrest you.
And what? Oh, yeah, and then he began like beating her up, right?
No, he didn't beat her up. He arrested her.
No, there was one where a girl got beat up in Boston during a parade or something.
Yeah, but she blew another bubble, and it hit a police officer, and she got arrested. That's assault.
Yeah.
If the bubble popped in the police officer's eye, he wouldn't be able to do his duty, and yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. So snowballs are a little bit more dangerous than, let's say, a bubble.
And snowballs can be very dangerous, too, because they might be one of those that have been around for a while, so they have that ice in it, and they're just dirty. And if they hit your eye, they can actually hurt you, dude. I mean,
still, if this retired professor wants to press charges, he can. He has the lawful right to press charges against these students.
these idiots who have nothing better to do. You go to the University of Oregon. You have it made. Get good grades and make something
You're
of your
a
life.
football player. You're a community leader.
And not just that.
Not even if you think so, but you are. Go ahead, Doppy.
And you were given the God-given gifts to play football, to break tackles, to score touchdowns. Why can't you set an example for kids like, even if you won't be as good at sports as I am, like Byron Marshall at Oregon, show them that you should be a good citizen and not throw snowballs at passing cars.
And we're not against snowball fights by any means whatsoever. Snowball fights are fun, but if you're starting to like harm others that aren't really part of it,
What's
if you're
wrong with you?
stopping cars,
Yeah.
or if you like dent a car with a snowball, then you're liable for that. There's consequences and laws against that.
Absolutely, utterly ridiculous. And this has been the Hoppe and
Freeman Show.
check out my website, Ryan Hoppe Show, or no, it's hoppyradio.weebly.com, home to the Hoppe and Freeman Show, home to Friday Sports Riot with Ryan Stuprich, and home to the Hoppe Show. And
We're also on Facebook. Check us out on Facebook, the Hoppe and Freeman Show. And I am at St. Broseph on Twitter, BROSEPH.
And I am at Hoppe Radio 89.3. What else,
Indeed.
Freeman?
You can find us on LinkedIn. You can find us anywhere you need to find us.
And go to hoppemedia.wordpress.com, home to the Hoppe Media Network, home to BJ Shea, the #1 morning show in Seattle, home to Brother Weeds, the #1 morning show in Rochester, home to Marty Brooks, the #1 morning show in Grand Rapids. So I have a bunch of legit talent, bunch of up-and-coming artists. I have Bill Squire, the #1 afternoon comedian on WMMS. So what I'm getting at is, if you want to get involved and you want to have your talent featured, send me an email, rhoppe9@yahoo.com. If you have any podcast, music, stand-up comedy, if you have any sports analysis, Freeman, anything to contribute to the network, just check out hoppemedia.wordpress.com. Chicago, thank you so much for listening to the Hoppe and.
Oh, and we have some big news. Sorry to cut you out there.
No, it's fine.
But we are now on iTunes. So,
we are.
Yes. Tell them about that, Hoppe.
Just search up Hoppe Radio or just the Hoppe and Freeman Show, and it will show up. Spread the word. I don't care if you're jogging on the treadmill and you're burning some calories, or you're about to go to bed and you flip open your laptop. Download it real quick. Check it out. Spread the word. We appreciate the love, all the nice comments, all the nice tweets you gave us. Shout out to Ryan Stuprich, Bob Vicker, Nick Swinky, Jonathan Sauer, Greg Janicki, everyone that listened in the Chicagoland area.
Yes.
We're just two ICB students. We love being on the radio. This is huge. The show is growing each and every week.
And if you guys want a certain song played or anything like that, just message us on Facebook, and we'll make sure and put that in. If there's a certain story you want to hear, a story you find funny or interesting, just let us know. We'll definitely cover it. And we'll shout out or anything while we're in the radio. Go ahead and let us know who you want to shout out to, or if you want us to shout out to you, just let us know. We love our fans. We love you guys. We almost have 3 on Facebook, and we are just loving every second of this opportunity.
And once that happens and we get 300 likes, we might just pop some champagne to the sound of classical music. We love you, Chicago.
Enjoy some Mozart.
Bye. We'll see you next Saturday from 3 to 6 a.m. on WNUR 89.3.
That's it. It's finished. Kaput. You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here. The Ryan Hoppe and Freeman Show is now over.